G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And by request today I'll be teaching you how to play Taylor Swift's new single, Look What You Made Me Do. Now for the basics of this song, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo at all. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Now the actual song doesn't have much chordal backing to it. A lot of it is just a drum beat and Taylor's vocal. But in this lesson, I'll teach you some chord progressions that you can use and play along with for the whole song. Okay, so let's start with the intro, and we have a really nice and easy 3-chord chord progression that just goes A minor, then we go F. Now if you're having trouble with the F bar chord, then be sure to check out my video here where I teach you 4 different ways of playing the F chord, starting from the easiest to the hardest. And then the 3rd chord in this intro is an E major. Now to play this E major, what I suggest is from the F major bar chord shape, you just lift your index finger and move these 3 fingers just down 1 fret. It's really easy to transition from that chord to this chord by just sliding these fingers down 1 fret. Now in the intro there's no strumming pattern, you'll just be strumming these chords once. The A minor will be played for 2 counts of 4, and then the F and the E just 1 count of 4 each. Later in the video I'll teach you the melody that you can play on top of this intro as well. So in total the intro will just sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we get to the verse, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, there's not really many chords in the actual recording, but the chord progression that I'm going to teach you fits really nicely with the drum beat and the vocal melody. So our verse chord progression is just going to be A minor, then G, then F, then we go to our E major chord. Now for this verse we have a really easy strumming pattern. We're just going to have 16 down strums for each chord. Now an easy way of playing 16 down strums and keeping track of it is to break it up into groups of 4. So 4 groups of 4 strums for each chord. And we're also going to palm mute this verse so we have a stripped back feel. Now to palm mute, you're just going to take a fleshy bit of your palm and rest it really lightly on the edge of the bridge. Now if you go too far in, nothing's going to ring out, but right on the edge of the bridge, you're going to get that nice muted sound. So 16 strums on each chord and the verse will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you're palm muting, you can concentrate on mostly the bass notes of each chord. You don't have to strum all the strings, just concentrate on those bassier notes. And notice as well how I was counting in groups of 4, which made it easier for me to keep track of those 16 down strums. Now we get to the pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus is almost identical to the verse that we just had. We have the same 4 chords. Our strumming pattern though will differ a little bit. We'll still have 16 down strums, but we're going to add an up strum to the end of those 16 down strums. As well as that, we're no longer going to be palm muting. So the pre-chorus will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for the pre-chorus, really nice and easy. Now we get to our chorus, it's the same 4 chords. So A minor, G, F, and E major. Now we're going to mix up our strumming pattern here a little, and it's going to go something like this. Down, slap, up, down, up, down, up. Now the slap is more or less a down strum, except you're going to be muting the strings. So when you come down for the down strum, just put your palm onto the strings before you strum, and you get that muted sound. This is a little different to palm muting, because with palm muting you still want to hear the chord, but with this muted slap it just is more of a snare sound. Now you're going to play that strumming pattern twice for each chord, except for the E major at the end, which is just played for 1 strumming pattern and then we end on a single strum. And altogether the chorus will sound like this. Down, slap, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, slap, up, down, up, down, down, slap, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now if you're having trouble with that muted slap, you can just substitute it for a down strum, in which case it would sound like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So then we get to the bridge, and the bridge is going to be exactly the same as the intro. There's the same 3 chord shapes, which is A minor, F, and E. And there's no strumming pattern here as well. You're just going to strum each chord once, the A minor for 2 bars of 4, the F for 1 bar of 4, and the E for 1 bar of 4. Then after the bridge, there's the break section where Taylor says the old Taylor is dead. And we're just basically going to be playing the verse here. So it's A minor, G, F, and E major, all palm muted as well. So it's the same as the verse. Then we end the song with 2 choruses, and that's it. So now I'll quickly show you how to play the riff in the intro, which is also played in the bridge. It's very easy. We start with our middle finger on the 14th fret here of the 3rd string. And we're going to hold that first note out for a little bit. And then we have a 4-note run, which starts with this same note. Then we go to the 13th fret of the 2nd string, go to the 15th fret of the 2nd string with our ring finger, and then we go to the 13th fret of the 1st string. And all together, it sounds like this. And then our next note, we go down to the 12th fret of the 1st string, which is really easy. Hold that, and then with our middle finger we go to the 13th fret of the 3rd string, and then with our index finger 12th fret of the 2nd string, and then we just loop that over and over. So the intro riff and the bridge riff will sound like this. So now I'm going to be playing the song in its entirety, and I'm going to have my good friend Claudia Tripp singing on top for some context. Now if you want to check out her cover of this song, then be sure to check her out here. She's an amazing singer-songwriter, so be sure to check out her channel and subscribe as well. Be sure to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
trust me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dream.
I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. What? Oh, because she's dead.
Hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. If you've enjoyed this, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the updates. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and song requests below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.